I know it's tough to kind of put it all together when a season ends and a game ends like this, but what do you think was just the struggles overall for you guys that really throughout the series, not just today, to get going offensively?
Yeah, we just wasn't consistent enough on either end of the floor offensively. We didn't move the ball well enough, move bodies, just create a good flow of offense. Defensively wasn't connected enough, wasn't, getting shooters off the line, wasn't rotating, just wasn't connected as a group overall. We had some, good moments, good stints, but we just couldn't just put it together consistently, I feel like.
How much is that, when you're trying to play the defense you guys did? It seemed like for the most part of the series, you guys were close to where you want to be defensively. Is that fair to say? And then the offense just didn't come along?
Yeah, I think other than this game, we was really good defensively. I think this game we was not that great defensively in the first half, the second half either. So I think we was, we held them to 102, 103, 104, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's not what the type of basketball they want to play. So I guess we just couldn't score enough, and yeah.
It's one of those things where the season ends. It's hard to put into words everything, but as it ends, what's your first kind of step as you head into the offseason mentally to figure out what went right, what went wrong, and just kind of put a closing to the season?
Yeah, just take a couple of days just to, enjoy being with family and friends. I got a daughter, so I'm going to spend a lot of time with her and just relax and, take it day by day and figure out, what's the next step as far as, off season and figuring out what's next for sure. So, yeah, just take it day by day and just, relax and get some peace.
As far as manpower goes, I know you guys aren't going to sit here and make excuses, but how tough was it to see that you guys entered this series and you really didn't have the full throttle, the guys, Jimmy and obviously Terry and the guys that you need?
Yeah, we're not going to use that as an excuse. It's not an excuse at all. We found a way to win one game in this series, without them. So we definitely had enough to try to win 4 in this series. So that's not an excuse at all. I mean, we had enough guys, and we just couldn't pull it together.
Just the season as a whole, though, I know you just don't want to use it as an excuse with all the lineups, all the injuries. How challenging was it with all those things?
Like I said, I'm not using that excuse at all. I mean, we're a basketball team. We're paid to play basketball, so whatever happens, happens. So, yeah, I mean, I'll use none of that as an excuse. We all got our opportunities, and we all know how to play through, different things going on. We're basketball players, so that's not an excuse.
Thanks. Nico, in many ways, this game felt like a lot of the other games in this series where the offense couldn't get going. As you look at it, what was just going on from what they did defensively and what you guys couldn't do offensively pretty much the entire series, including tonight?
I mean, like I said, all these other interviews, I just think that we didn't trust each other enough, and that's all. I know, we're not going to talk about the injuries and everything, but I think we had enough. We had enough to show that we were able to win, and but just we didn't trust each other, and that's what I think was kind of slowing us down the most, and we didn't trust our shooting, and yeah, that's kind of it.
I know you guys aren't going to use the interesting excuse, so I'm not going to set that up, but the fact that you were missing so many key guys, how hard was that from game to game, trying to kind of game plan, figure out, okay, who do we have, how do we attack, what do we do?
I wouldn't say it was hard, like I always say, we had enough. If we have 5 players available, it's enough. And it's not like, June was out for a minute now, so we don't have probably our best player, but we have Tyler, we have Bam, we had enough, and just we didn't show up the right way.
Is it hard for you, now that it ends so abruptly, but to kind of think about the experience you got, and what do you try to make and build off this into the offseason about the chances you got, in particular getting postseason action for you as a young player?
I just think it's not enough, I think I got to be a lot better for this team, and our fans too. I think they deserve to see me be better, and I just seen how hard I need to work to get on the level that playoffs need to be on the level that I need to be in the playoffs, and that's what I'm going to focus on.
How long does that take? How long does that take as far as mentally to clear what just happened and get back at it mentally, physically, all those things?
You always remember it. You just gotta keep moving. It's something that should motivate us. It's something that's gonna motivate me for sure, and that's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Early, what was going on defensively for them and just offensively that you guys couldn't get those threes drop?
Yeah, I think they were just moving us around early on. A lot of our shots were there, just didn't fall for us, and it just seemed like an avalanche from them throughout the entire game. They were just getting to their spots, raising up, getting offensive rebounds, and they just seemed to do that the entire series. So you got to tip your hat to them. That's a very, very good team over there. Even losing Porzingis, they were still able to function at a very high level, and they've been right at the top, if not the best team in the league all year for a reason, and they showed that in the series.
Aside from the challenges you guys had with the way you did, obviously manpower, you're losing some key bodies. Was that how much of that was a challenge from game to game, trying to figure out a specific game plan geared on who you had available against a team like that?
Yeah, it's definitely tough to have guys out, but we never used that as an excuse. We wanted to keep fighting as best as we could. We showed in game 2 that we can beat this team. It's just they're going to be a very tough out. To beat them 4 times is going to really take a lot. So it's one of those series where you have to do so many things right. You don't have to be perfect, but certainly with missing some bodies, that is the case. But we never use that as something that we were going to hang our hat on and why we lost.
Right after a game, it's hard to do a post-mortem on the season, but when you look at things, how long does it take you to process when it comes to an end like this? It's so jarring and quick, and then you have to kind of figure out what went right, what went wrong during a long season.
Yeah, and I think there will be that time for reflection. This is obviously super painful, especially in the manner that it happened. You never want it to be a blowout, especially in a closeout game. But I think that that reflection time will certainly come soon. But for right now, just get me away from basketball. I don't want to watch for the next few. If everybody could lose, that'd be great.
That's good. Thank you, Kevin.